Right, so Invincible Season 3. Just to kick things off with the previous seasons, I think Season 1 is really good. I enjoyed it a lot more, but I also think that in Season 2, they've really done a good job too. Now, I know that some people are not a fan of Season 2, and I was really enjoying Season 2, to be honest, even if they don't think that there were too many villains and stuff like that, which I think is kind of silly explanation and basic explanation, because what was the point in Guardians of the Globe? What was the point in mentioning Viltrumites if we need to see the story put in more shift in the characters? Because, mind you, I think they're doing the comics in a different way than there is in the TV show. And personally, for me, I enjoyed season 2 as much as I enjoyed season 1. It was good. The writing was good. The character development was great. It was emotional. It was impactful in the first four episodes, sorry. And I generally liked it. I liked season 2 a lot. But in season 3, I was kind of hoping that we get more of a shift in the story, because for me, I honestly understand the build up between Mark and Eve. I understand now that Amber's now no longer there, but she is in the show, and I expect her to be in the show. And I also think the relationship between Debbie and Oliver and Mark would be like rate single mum sort of situation, but also is Debbie gonna move on is what I'm hoping. And as I've watched it, I think so far I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the first 3 episodes. It's really good, and I recommend you guys checking it out if you haven't already. I know some people are going to wait until maybe March for the whole episodes to come out, and that's okay. I'm just reviewing the first 3 episodes that I've watched so far. Kicking off with the first episode, obviously Mark is doing well. He's getting on with Cecil a little bit. He wants to develop his own strength and stuff like that. But again, I also like the whole entire situation there where we're expecting Mark and Cecil to fall off, but at the end I also enjoyed the setting for where the story was going in that episode. And I honestly think that this is putting more shift into the story, because for me, maybe I had issues with some of the writing on the first episode if it's not as strong as it was, but I generally thought that the first bit was pretty good, to be honest. And I like how they're now starting to treat it like a finale, which is a good thing. I personally thought that if they were going to do that, then that would make me feel like they're trying to be very one-dimensional, where they just treat things like it's a finale and not having a lot of variety in the story. But no, I think they're doing a good job at giving people variety on the character development, on the progression of the story and the writing of the story, and also the way it's set up now to be a really good finale, which is I'm looking forward to it a lot. And this is basically about how Mark is kind of trying to find a way to juggle his past and present and saving the ones that he cares about, which is a daunting task, but I also think that it's a good way to build up where they're going to go with this one. If I have to say one thing about the new character Oliver, I think I was expecting him to grow fast, but he might be one of those characters where I'm a bit like, I get what he's saying, but I also think he might be one of those video game characters that are so overpowered that he's just broken as hell. Honestly, it's really good to hear that Oliver's grown and developed his powers as well. He got it fast, but with Mark, obviously, he was a teenager and he only got his powers when he was 17, which we should know by now. But I honestly think that as Mark and Oliver are different species in terms of, yes, they're Viltrumites, half-blooded, but Mark is human. He developed his own powers and grew like a human being. And Oliver is also half Fraxen. So he's actually only just growing real fast. So age to him, you wouldn't even know how old he is. You may think he's just 8 or 9, but honestly, he could be older than that. Because you see in the second half of season 2, he was growing fast. He was learning how to walk in like one episode after the next, which is crazy. But again, Thraxans grow fast and they may have a year to live. But I think now that Viltrumite is kind of living for thousands of years, they might live longer than that, obviously. But the one major complaint I have about it is the whole situation with Mark. I'm not too much of a fan of it, to be honest with you. Even though I find it to be kind of impatient, where we have a relationship between Mark and Eve and we want them to just get it over and done with, get in a relationship, but at least I find this more tolerable because it's not as those romantic relationships in movies or TV shows where they're just too happy and they're just too over the top. It's just fake to me, and it makes me go in a low mood real fast. But this, at least this is more tolerable. It's a more realistic relationship. But again, I do think that there are parts of me that really wants Mark to move on from this whole not killing people kind of thing, because he's a Viltrumite at this point. It gets degrading at times, because that's another thing that I have a problem with Mark, is I know he's a good guy. I know he's trying to be this guy who doesn't kill people, but he has to set his own boundaries now. He has to get to the point where, right, okay, I may be a hero in Earth, but with Viltrumites, he needs to like properly prepare himself. That means that he has to get used to trying to kill someone at this point. Oliver, in my opinion, he's probably going to learn faster than Mark anyway throughout the episodes. I mean, hell, I wouldn't say anything much about what he's done to the twins, but boy, I was shocked. I never saw it coming. I thought they were going to fight like heroes, but nah, I was really shocked what happened. So yeah, all in all, I think these episodes are great. They're really good. I'm looking forward to seeing what the next 5 episodes are going to be like. I might wait a bit longer so then I can review the second half of the episodes. But it's a good start. It's a really, really good start. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about Invincible, this first 3 episodes. I'd love to hear your opinions about it. Obviously, don't take my opinions as the wrong way or anything like that. I'm just curious to know how you feel about it. So yeah, peace.